Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are talking about 5 sneaky toxins that your dog probably encounters every day of their life and how to have simple solutions for them. We are not going to overwhelm you today. We're going to talk about how to easily take some of the toxins out of your dog's life. So, why is it important to think about this? Well, just like people, dogs have a limit to the amount of toxins that they can have going into their body. They can process some, but then at a certain point, it's like the cup overflows and they just can't process any more toxins. So, if you have a dog, if you're thinking about like, how can I make them healthier? I just feel like maybe I'm not quite doing enough. Or if you have a dog that's already showing some signs, they're a little lethargic, they have a little less energy than they used to, they're having some joint pain, they're having digestive issues, they're overly stressed, they're overly hyper, then some of these things might be caused by toxins that are going into their systems from all different places. We'll talk about 5 of them today. But there are easy ways to kind of reduce the toxin load that your dog is getting and start to reduce some of these symptoms. Also, it helps them live longer. It helps them avoid all the diseases that we all worry about. So it's just an important thing to start thinking about in your day-to-day life with your dog. So I'm Kristen Mitchell. I'm the founder of Dogology, and I sort of started this journey as a lifelong dog owner. Many years ago, I was diagnosed with autoimmune. I started to really dive into human health and gut biome and all the things that you have to focus on when you're trying to heal from something like autoimmune. And over time, after I really healed my body, I started to realize that there were so many things that I was learning that were the same for my dogs. So I started to dive into that a little bit. They also have a gut biome that works exactly the same as ours. They need a lot of the same nutrients. They have a lot of the same stress overload and toxin overload that we do that causes diseases over time. So that really kind of lit a fire under me to see like, okay, what is it that I'm learning that I can use to also keep my dogs really healthy? So that's how Dogology was born. A lot of you come into our community, excuse me, as a puppy owner. And I have a lot of things for puppy owners because I know how stressful it is to be a puppy owner and how overwhelming it can be. But as your dog gets a little older, as you get out of that sort of overwhelmed panic stage of puppyhood, then it's really great to start thinking about how can I keep my dog at top health, at the top shape that they can be in, top health that they can have. How can I help them live longer and all the things. So that's what we're talking about today. All right, so let's dive in. Here are 5 things that you can make little adjustments to start to lessen the toxic load on your dog. First one is if you're feeding your dog kibble or any other kind of commercial dog food, you definitely want to think about the preservatives that those companies are using. It's sometimes there will be a food that has okay ingredients, like the ingredients aren't so bad, but the preservatives are not good at all. The preservatives can cause all sorts of liver and kidney disease. They can cause cancer. So if you think about, as well as our systems, our dog system is as well, they only can heal and make cells and do all the things that they need to do with what they're eating and drinking. That's the only fuel, that's the only pieces that their body has to build all the things that they need to keep them healthy. So we have to make sure that we're feeding them something, especially when they're eating just one food all the time. You want to make sure that you don't have something like preservatives in there that is going to build up over time. Those toxins are building up. If you're thinking about making a change, if you've been hearing a lot about healthy dog foods and you're wondering which way to go, I've done a ton of research on this. I'm actually certified as a dog nutrition coach. And a food that I recommend is called Viva Raw. You can order it online. It comes frozen, and it is a simulation of how dogs would eat in the wild. So it's animal protein, but there's also organs and bone and all the pieces that they need to be healthy. And the owners have really thought about that. They also source their meat really responsibly, which is really important to me. So I actually have a discount for you guys. I arranged it with the company. So I'll put that link right below. If you're interested in investigating a really great way to feed your dog, just click that link. You'll get 20% off. Okay, so that's what I recommend. If you want to overhaul your food and really go healthy, that's what I recommend. If not, take a look at your ingredient labels and make sure that you don't have BHA, BHT, different preservatives that you don't recognize the name of. You definitely want to get rid of those foods that have them. Okay, number 2, it is the season for flea and ticks. So many people are talking about flea and tick medications. Flea and tick medication that is coming from your vet, that the prescription pills that they give or the oils that go on their back have deadly poisons in them. So we really want to do everything we can to avoid those, because not only are they affecting our dog, they can cause all sorts of liver failure, cancers, they kill their gut biome so they no longer have an immune system. But you're putting that oil on your dog's back, it's getting on your carpet, your kids are then getting it on their skin, it's soaking through their skin into their system. So you're just introducing incredible poisons into your household, and they are so dangerous. So I encourage you to find alternative ways to deter the fleas and ticks. I have been on a mission this year. The ticks have been so bad. I don't know if anyone else has had like an awful tick year, but they've been so bad. So I've been on a mission to find new things to help with ticks. I'm actually going to do a video about that next week and put all of my recommendations together, and I will definitely share that with you guys. But take a look online for the recipes where you can make a DIY tick spray. I just made one and it's fantastic. I'll actually put the recipe for that one below. So take a look in the description for your own tick spray recipe so you can make it. It's been working pretty well. And I have a couple other things that I'm trying, and I'll get back with you guys next week on what's working the best. All right, number 3. Let me flip my notes. Oh, that was messy. Hang on. Here we go. There we go. All right, number 3 is household cleaners and air fresheners. A lot of people don't think about this, but air fresheners actually are very toxic to both people and animals. Everybody that has those little tree ornaments in their car, definitely want to get rid of those. They have major toxins in them. So the synthetic fragrances, the smells that you're introducing into your house, you want to be really careful. If you want to use something that smells delicious, maybe like a lavender essential oil would be nice. Maybe you want to have an essential oil burner that releases some nice toxins, some nice fragrances into your house, like lavender. Lavender is actually very calming for dogs, and it's very good for them. But when you have your bleaches in your cleaners and your synthetic fragrances, that actually irritates their paws, it irritates their lungs, and it can cause damage to their liver. So you really want to eliminate those fragrance and artificial cleaners. There's so many amazing non-toxic cleaners out there now. There's so many companies that do it really, really well. 7th Generation is one of them, but there are lots and lots of alternatives. So take a look. Any surface that your dog is going to be walking on, you definitely want to use natural cleaners for that. All right, number 4 is lawn chemicals and pesticides. So some of these lawn chemicals have a lot of toxins, and actually if you have kids, you don't want them anywhere near your lawn anyway, these toxins. But definitely with your dogs, if you're in a park and you don't know if they spray or not, you can't control that, obviously, unless you choose a different park. But when you get home, you can just wash their feet off. They have those cool, they're like a cup, and then they have like rubber little fingers inside. You can get them on Amazon, and you just put your dog's foot in, and it's like a little brush that you put a little water in it. We use those. So that will take all of the chemicals from the park off their feet when you get home. You can also use a paw butter barrier. They have those really thick paw butters that you can put on their paws before you go. And for your own home, I encourage you to start looking at some more natural alternatives if you're getting sprays in your yard. Number 5, plastic bowls and toys. So the dog toy industry has kind of exploded. And unfortunately, there are no regulations on what kind of products or chemicals they can use to make dog toys and dog bowls. So a lot of toys and bowls are being made very inexpensively with very cheap materials and a lot of toxins. So you have to start thinking about, what are you feeding your dog out of? Ceramic is amazing. Metal bowls are good if they're stainless steel. But getting rid of those plastic bowls, if you think about it, they're licking it every time they eat and they're ingesting those toxins. And the toy industry, it's crazy. I was at the store the other day and I was trying to find toys to bring home to my dogs, and I couldn't find anything. And the whole huge rack of toys that wasn't just brought in from overseas and full of toxins. So I am so passionate about helping with all of this. I do so much research. I am working with so many companies that are making fantastic non-toxic products that I am actually in the process of putting together a whole website that will have everything I recommend in all these topics. So as soon as I have that, we're trying to get it done for next week. I have this incredible team helping me do it. We're trying to get it done for next week. Realistically, it might be the week after that, but I will be introducing it to you guys. It will have all these different topics: the flea and tick, the toys, what foods I recommend, the toppers, all the things, so that you guys will have a place to go where you'll just see the non-toxic products. So you won't have to scour the internet and search all the ingredient lists. It'll just be a place you can go, and you know that anything you choose from these lists will be good for your dog. So working on that behind the scenes. But in the meantime, I hope that this was helpful to get you to just start thinking about, okay, what is my dog encountering every day, and starting to limit those toxins. As I said, if you have a dog that's hyperactive or having joint issues or seeming a bit lethargic, isn't playing like a puppy anymore, you definitely want to start thinking about this. If you have a dog that seems perfectly healthy, you want to start thinking about it as well, because it's when those toxins build up, all of a sudden there's disease. And then sometimes it's harder to get back to healthy than it is to just limit the toxins all through their life. All right, I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I will definitely check back and be happy to answer any questions you have. And I hope everything is going great with you and your puppy. And I will talk to you guys next week.